A task force set up to catch that roadway shooter has received more than 2,000 tips. The shooting started back on October 16th, and they've been reported as far west as Ingham County and as far east as Wixom. Investigators held a news conference this afternoon to clear up a lot of misconceptions out there. They say that of the 24 incidents, only 3 have actually happened on the interstate. And they say that they have looked into a number of tips and have interviewed several people. More than 100 investigators are currently working this case.
The kind of person who terrorizes the populace the way the highway shooter has is a case study for those who train future law enforcement officers.
24-Hour News 8's Joe LaFergie has that part of the story tonight.
Yeah, who is the shooter? What is his motivation? And where will he strike next? All questions perplexing the public and, of course, law enforcement as they try to bring an end to the shooting spree before someone gets killed. It's the road that links West Michigan with Metro Detroit, but I-96 and some of the roads around it on the east side of the state have apparently become a shooting gallery for at least one troubled individual.
It's got people spooked, and I think for good reason.
GVSU criminal justice professor Christopher Kirkus has studied serial killers for years, their patterns, their motivations. He knows the difference between a mentally unbalanced person who goes on a shooting spree and a serial killer. The mentally ill tend to be more sporadic. Their mental state changes through medication or other means. The shootings may stop. A serial killer gets pleasure from the shootings and doesn't stop, even if he has yet to kill one of his targets, as is the case with the I-96 shooter.
This person in Michigan is for lack of a better term, a lousy serial killer. He doesn't seem to be hitting what he's shooting at, but I think he clearly intends to cause harm, and if he's not caught, eventually somebody is going to be killed.
So, how do you stop someone bent on killing? Kirkus says there's no easy answer. Police would have to be in the right place at the right time.
Serial killers do tend to follow patterns, and if you can identify the pattern, you stand a decent chance of capturing the individual.
There is a $102,000 reward being offered for tips. Kirkus isn't convinced that will work, as many serial killers keep to themselves, no family or friends close enough to suspect anything.
It's probably a solitary individual, which would fit the pattern of a missionary serial killer.
State police are telling motorists to stay vigilant, but don't overreact. In reality, your chances of being killed in a car crash along that stretch of road are higher than being shot by a person.
So I think the message, don't panic, is important. But that said, it's a real threat, and it's a threat that's tough to deal with.
And as you just mentioned a few minutes ago, the task force handling the investigation says they've received over 2,000 tips so far.